Women are never happy in their relationships and marriages if they end up chasing their man. That's why you want to become the black cat and he's the loyal golden retriever chasing you. Black cat, golden retriever. Black cat, golden retriever. Black cat, her golden retriever. Black cat, golden retriever. She's a black cat, her golden retriever. Drake was the black cat, that's why it didn't work. The example of you being the golden retriever and he's the black cat, it doesn't work.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we will look at an analogy invented by a woman, where she tells us that a woman is either a black cat or a golden retriever. We will explain what these are, show examples of couples she qualifies on both sides, and tell you why this is just manipulation towards men. We want to invite you to smash that like button and help us reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so we can get our first plaque. That's the only contribution we ask from you, man. Add your grain of sand to the movement, leave us your experience in the comments for any man who needs it, and without further ado, let's get started.
Black cat is independent. Golden retriever is dependent. Let's use Vanessa Hudgens as a little example. Even though she seems like the ultimate black cat, the ultimate femme fatale, like dark femininity, even in the way she looks, in her past relationship, she was a golden retriever. That's why it didn't work. If you're with the wrong man and it's the wrong dynamic between you two, you end up being the loyal golden retriever that's getting played. You can see it even in the body language. Look how she's clinging onto him. She's so smiley. She's so happy. When you become so loyal, so naive, so reassuring, so loving, you're transforming your man into the black cat. Look at him. Look at the confidence on him. Golden retriever, black cat, bothered, unbothered, dependent, independent. They looked happy, but guess what? She probably didn't know when this photo was taken that he's gonna leave her for somebody 10 years younger in a few weeks. This is exhibit B. He is the golden retriever for her. This man has an energy or something about him that lets her rest. This queen can finally rest in her dark femininity. She can finally become the unbothered, independent queen, and he lets her shine. He is not threatened by her. He doesn't need to compete with her. He doesn't feel bothered. He doesn't feel threatened. He can let her shine. And he turns into the loyal golden retriever that just adores and worships the ground she's walking on. Man needs to be the loyal golden retriever that is loving and caring and compassionate and reassuring, doesn't feel threatened by their wife, which is the powerful, independent, mysterious, sexy, unbothered queen, the black cat. Now these two, she is also the black cat, and she turned him into the golden retriever. You can even see this on the dynamic, the way they're standing. Said it before and I say it again. Men love bitches. They get bored or think they're deserving of better if you're too reassuring and too kind. Vanessa Hudgens was waiting, I don't know, I think 10 years for a commitment or ring or something from this man, and he couldn't get his shit together, and he proposed within 1 month to Kaya Gerber. I don't know them personally, but I understand psychology and relationship dynamics. And something about this woman was intriguing to him. Even though he had so much success and fame and women literally waiting for him, even though he had so much fame, money, success, attention on him because of Elvis, he chose her. She made him feel as if she wouldn't need him in his life to be complete or happy. That made her a mental challenge to him. So this man had options all around the world. People were crushing on him everywhere because of his success and fame, because of his movies. And this woman was like, okay, well, let's see where this is going, because I've dated other successful men in the past. I really believe that her energy, her mindset, the unattainable, untouchable black cat energy lured him in. If a man gets the feeling of a woman that she's hot and cold, that's what a man makes him commit to her. That's why he popped the question after 2 months of dating her. Not because she's so loyal and so kind and so reassuring, it's because she's mysterious, and she told him through her attitude, through her energy, through her actions. I mean, I don't know them personally, but she must have communicated something that she told him, I will live happily ever after with you or without you in my life. So if you want me in it, pick a choice.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
This woman has a whole analogy about being a black cat and a golden retriever. I don't agree with her, but I somewhat understand what she's saying because, from a man's point of view, a man is happier and gets more women when he has more options. The more women you date, the more dependent the women you get become on you, and the more they fall in love. I understand that. Now, she says that men fall in love with the most indifferent woman, that showing too much affection makes a man bored. I don't think that's true. What happens is that there are men who are chads, very masculine men with many options, and there are beta providers, men with fewer options who are more passive. The same goes for women. A more submissive woman tends to be more dependent on the man, which makes the Chad manipulate her and do what he wants. A woman with high energy and very high self-esteem tends to seek a more docile man where she has total control. The problem is that these women never end up being tolerated by anyone, and the men who end up with them suffer a lot of cheating and mistreatment because they have low self-esteem and little masculine energy. She will now explain her entire analogy in the next video and also show some couples. I want you to pay close attention to her examples.
This is how you're going to become the black cat. Have men bend over backwards for you. Let them eat out of the palm of your hand. Be the main character of the story and make heads turn wherever you go. Number one, and this is the most important part. This is where you lay the foundation, all right? Lean in, listen to me. You have to be inconvenient. You have to be bitchy. You have to have standards and certain expectations. The higher the expectations and the more unrealistic, the better. Example, let's say you've been seeing each other for a little while and you know there's connection building and he's calling you and he wants to take you out for a coffee date. Be smart, play dumb, and simply tell him, oh, I thought we were going on a date. He's gonna be like, well, yeah, I want to take you out for a coffee. That's when you become inconvenient. Oh, I don't go for coffee dates. By his reaction, you're gonna know if this is a weak, feminine, insecure man that wants to compete with you on a spot on the pedestal, or if he can let you stay there and let you shine. Because option number one, he's gonna be okay with you being inconvenient because he's trying to date you. You are the queen, you are the prize, you are the woman on the pedestal. So if he then feels that you declining a coffee date is too inconvenient, too hard for him to handle, there's your answer. Not the right man for you anyway. You cut your losses early. A true masculine man will not ever look at you as inconvenient. He will say, oh, no worries, I'm sorry about that. Which restaurant would you like to be taken to? Or let's say, using the example of the law of assumption, it's Friday evening, you know you're going to go for a date night, but you also know your man hasn't really made any plans yet. He's just telling you to come over to his place, ... Instead of complaining about it, instead of being angry about it, be all dressed up, put on your makeup, put on your perfume, wear the most beautiful clothes, wear high heels, sit in the Uber on the way to his place, and send him a message or call him and tell him, I am so excited for this beautiful restaurant you're going to take me. I'm so appreciative of this because we haven't done this in a while. I'm so grateful for you taking the time booking this beautiful restaurant for us. You know damn well that he didn't book anything, but you're not losing your cool, you're not losing your spot on the pedestal, you remain the prize, and you walking into his house looking like the prize, also after you made that law of assumption phone call, he's going to feel like an idiot. He's not going to feel man enough for you. Now he's going to compete with his own ego to prove to you that he is worthy of being by your side, that he's all of a sudden going to dress up and takes you out to the beautiful 5-star restaurant as you deserve. Again, if he doesn't, that's your answer. If you want to become the black cat and stay the black cat, remember step number 1, become inconvenient. Be bitchy. Be annoying. Be complicated and unpredictable. And let them figure you out. You have all the power. They want to date you. They want to see you. They want to be with you. They want to keep you happy in their relationship. It's their job. So let them work for it, right? Follow and comment for a part 2, and I'll give you a step-by-step list on how to become and stay in your black cat energy.
God, please, no! 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 No!
Pure and simple manipulation. Let me tell you something. The first date should always be a coffee because it's about getting to know each other. After a relationship develops, it's up to you to make an effort if you feel like it. Now, my question is, why don't those tips work for her? Because what she says is to be a prize as a woman, but she doesn't apply it in her own life. But going to her message, I'd say that men operate on goals and solving problems. A woman who plays hard to get can capture a man's attention, but it won't work with everyone. A man with low self-esteem will do anything for a woman, even kiss the ground she walks on. But a man who understands his value and has faith in himself won't be a doormat. When a woman tries to manipulate him, he discards her. I'm aware that we desire more what we don't have, which is why I say it can work at the beginning because we strive for certain women. But if the manipulation continues in an established relationship, it will bore the man. Unless he's a masochist or a simp, he won't tolerate mistreatment from a woman. That's why I want you to see her example couples.
If you want to be happy in your long-term commitment, relationship, or marriage, you need to embody the black cat, and he needs to be the golden retriever. The loyal, loving golden retriever that is good-looking, charming, cute, and would never abandon you. If you want a man like this, you have to be the black cat. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to show examples right now. Golden retriever, black cat. That's why it works. Golden retriever, she's the black cat. Black cat, golden retriever. She's the black cat, he's the golden retriever. It works. If you still don't believe me, now I'm going to show you examples of what happens when you're the golden retriever in the relationship and he is the black cat. He's the black cat, she is the golden retriever. That's why it didn't work. She's the golden retriever, he's the black cat. She's the golden retriever, he's the black cat.
Oh my God!
Angelina Jolie, a woman who sent Brad to therapy, is one of her examples. Today, their kids are super woke. One of them even wants to remove her father's last name. She made him raise another man's seed. And this poor man ended up without the love of any of his children and became an alcoholic. Fantastic. Then there's Logan Paul and his woman who cheated on him, and he stayed with her. Will Smith, the biggest simp, stays with the woman who humiliated and cheated on him with a friend of their son, making him cry on TV. As I said, these types of men only suffered with women who have more masculine energy than their men. That's why all her examples are of toxic relationships. Take Justin, who was a simp with Selena. He understands that being masculine is the way to a healthy relationship. When a man is the feminine one in the relationship, he ends up being humiliated, mistreated, and above all, cheated on, becoming a laughingstock. I'm not saying you have to treat your woman badly. I'm saying that a woman with high masculine energy will never admire you and will want to manipulate you, just like those women did with those simps. If women aspire to be a black cat, all I can say is they should be prepared to have toxic relationships.
The woman that stays at his after the dinner party and cleans up and does the dishes and puts everything away and brings out the garbage is the woman he would cheat on and take advantage of. Or she's going to stay in the friend zone. She's a golden retriever. The woman who leaves the party early or maybe even cancels last minute, that's a black cat and that's the woman he's going to marry. Men do not appreciate women for women doing things for them. So the woman that stays back, the golden retriever cleaning everything, she thinks, oh my God, he's going to see my value and everything I bring to the table. I'm doing so much for him. Oh my God, he's going to fall in love with me because he sees I'm like the amazing wannabe wife. I'm like this amazing woman for his future children. No. Men don't think that way. Women think that way. Men think she's so needy and desperate. She's staying till 4 a.m. Everybody's already left. She just wants my recognition. She wants my time and my validation and my love. She wants to hop into bed with me. How needy, how desperate. I want to get her out of this place. The woman that maybe canceled last minute or left home early is the mysterious woman that mentally stimulates him because he thinks, why is this woman so unbothered that she left my amazing dinner party? Remember, men have a huge ego. My amazing party, the place to be. How come she has something else to do that is more important to her? How come she had to leave early? What else is she up to? Is there another man in her life? How come she canceled? What could potentially be better than my dinner party at my place? I'm that man. So all of a sudden she triggered his ego. A woman that can trigger a man's ego has emotional leverage over him. Why? Because she becomes a mental challenge. She stimulates them mentally. The more a man thinks about a woman and is mentally stimulated by her, the more he wants to attain her, the more he wants to chase and pursue her. Because it is interesting to him because she's on a pedestal. She made very clear throughout her actions, not verbally, but throughout her actions. I'm unattainable. I have my own life. I don't need you to compliment me. The golden retriever, the woman that stayed back and cleaned everything, basically communicated, again, not verbally, but in her actions, I need you. I want you to need me, and this is why I'm overcompensating and doing all these things, like cleaning, bring the garbage out, literally doing all these dishes, helping him pack up after the dinner party, so I can be valued and loved. That is desperate, needy, and clown shit. Let me tell you a secret. Sometimes these type of women actually end up in a relationship with their man, usually because that man is very insecure and thinks, oh my God, I've got a free personal assistant. But these type of women will stay the golden retriever throughout the entire relationship. They will get cheated on, they will be taken advantage of, and they will be walked all over. So ladies, take a pick. Become the black cat, stay unbothered.
Fuck up, you crazy bitch whore!
The definition of all this is a woman with masculine polarity. A woman who has control, goes out whenever she wants, does whatever she wants, is very independent, and makes it clear that if you leave, she doesn't care. This, without a doubt, is the definition of a classic Chad. A man who brings nothing to the table but his seed. But I'll be fair. A man's job is to conquer the woman he wants by his side, and a woman's job is to maintain her man's interest. This is clear. Even though we like women to treat us well, we also like them to take care of themselves. A woman who is always at home and never makes herself attractive for her man doesn't keep her husband's interest. I'll tell you that every man likes having an attractive woman. The same goes for men who don't exercise and spend all their time playing video games. But from this, to make a woman never do anything for a man, always wanting money for her expenses, treating the man like trash, being ungrateful, and seeing everything as the bare minimum, let me tell you, that type of woman almost never retains a man. The ones who stay are always effeminate men, which makes these women tire of them. I always recommend that men connect with their masculinity because a masculine man knows how to manifest femininity in his woman. If you don't know how to do this, you end up like the disastrous examples we saw before.
Next time your man asks you out for a dinner date to see you, whatever, say you have plans. To go.
At this point, we are just cosplaying secure people. Genuinely no hate to this creator. She probably has the best intentions. She probably wants to help you find love, and she's giving you all the tips and tricks to get there. And I'm fully aware that my opinion is not at all popular, and it's so boring. This kind of advice around ego-driven dating is literally meant to be triggering people's attachment styles. So all you ever end up doing when you say, hey, I'm busy, just to get someone to feel more attached to you or more compelled to know you, all you're doing is starting that clock. And you get into this cycle. So you listen to people on the internet telling you, well, this is how you make them crazy. This is how you make them think about you. This is how you make them reach out to you. And you follow all these prescriptive rules only to then end up following a set playbook. So you're set on a script. And in that script, you have specific behaviors. On the outside, you may seem secure. You have hobbies, you have plans, you have other friends. You're not really texting them all the time. But inside, you are so anxious and so preoccupied by what is going on their end. So you play the game, and guess what? You get what you want at the end, that person you've been pining over. But then what happens is you also get something you don't want, which is a whole persona that you had to build just to get that person to notice you. And the worst part is all these tactics are really just meant to trigger the person and not actually think of you as a healthy, caring, thoughtful, independent, beautiful person. We have this overemphasis in society that when you are in a relationship that you have somehow won, that you are succeeding, that you are happy and fulfilled. But so many times we play these games and we get into relationships with people we think that we want, only to then struggle so deeply in them, we wonder what's wrong with us. And I'll tell you, the only thing that's wrong is that you're listening to all of these people tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing so that you can just be in a relationship with whomever. It's why so many anxious people come to me and they say, I don't know how to be in this relationship anymore. And it's because they have pretended to be the cool girl or the cool guy, and they can't keep up those appearances. Avoidants do this too. They'll show up in your life and show you that they're reliable and incredible partners, and then suddenly just disappear with little to no notice. And you'll be left wondering, was this all a lie? And while it's fun to be talking about yourself in terms of being a golden retriever, or a black cat, or a German shepherd, at the end of the day, these are just fun ways to talk about relationships. If you do want to take your relationship seriously, you need to start ditching this kind of advice and start doing the work and figuring out, who are you really and what do you really want?
Totally agree. We just have to look at businesswomen, or those who lead very corporate lives. They are like black cats, super independent, never needing a man, knowing what they want, always with high self-esteem. These are the groups of women who end up the most alone, because the men around them, or the men on dating apps, or in normal dates, don't go out of their way to conquer these women because they bring a lot of masculine energy to the table. A man doesn't want to be with a woman who behaves like a man. I understand a woman being attractive, being very sexy, but going from that to expecting you to do everything for her because she is the prize, that's not appealing to a man. Why do you think they always complain about attracting sensitive or effeminate men? Because they already have masculine energy. That's why when one of these women gets involved with a masculine man, she reconnects with her feminine energy and falls in love. It's because this man knows how to bring her down from her pedestal. He's the man who, when she gets stubborn about something, knows how to say no and stands firm. This makes her want to please her man because she knows she can't turn him into a doormat with her dramas. She has to get his attention with good treatment. That's why these manipulation tips never work to keep a masculine man by their side. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What do you think about being a black cat and a golden retriever? Has a woman ever tried to be a black cat with you? How did it all end? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from The Wall.